Hi, welcome back. This is week 4. Can you believe it? In your Failure to Freedom course. And I hope you're enjoying what you've been working on and feeling as though the journaling is helping, but most importantly, you're showing up and doing the work, because transformation can't happen unless we're constantly showing up every single day. So today's affirmation, I know you're going to love it. It's all about release. And I think for many of us, this idea of releasing something or letting go can sometimes be kind of scary. So when we think about release, we want to think about, what are we holding on to so tightly? What is it that our grip is so tight we can't bear the thought of letting go? When we release, we finally create space, the necessary space to take on something new. In order to obtain, reach goals, dreams, or desires, we must release that which is no longer ours to hold on to. And I think that that's such a crucial and pivotal topic or idea that we have to really take into consideration when we're trying to move from failure to freedom, when we're trying to progress on our path in any direction that we choose to go in. In releasing someone or something, we acknowledge that which is meant to stay and that which is not ours to keep. So when we think of this idea of release, at least for me personally, I am constantly reminded of my early days in my business. And so my brick and mortar business, Copper Tree, my studio, has been open for about 10 years now. And in my early days of that, I was a new business owner. I never went to school. I had a lot of emotional issues. I was early in recovery. So there was all this stuff going on. And anytime something would come in, I would be like, gotta hold on to that, in fear that if I would let it go, someone else was going to get a step up on me. That teacher would get my dream or reach my future before I would. Or that other person was going to steal my idea if I let it go. And I got to be honest with you, it's just not the mentality to have when you're trying to move forward in life. And nonetheless, for me as a yoga teacher, I'm trying to teach people how to be in their bodies and to embrace life and to love themselves and more authentically love others. And I was unable to do that myself because I was death gripping everything in my path in fear that someone else would get there before me. And long story short, a lot of this stemmed to my childhood, and that was the reason why I had an addiction issue. But this idea of releasing is the understanding that that which we let go, when we let it go, if it's meant for us, it will stay. So when I started to let go of these situations, these ideas, these topics, these work type of things, and I started to say, okay, I'm going to stop death gripping everything in my business actually started to accelerate forward. I was hindering my own growth by holding on to everything in my path. Now, can you imagine going to school every single day and taking every single book that you own and need for school with to and from every single day? That's kind of like how I was doing my business and living my life. I was death gripping all my tools. I was coveting them because I didn't want someone else to get them, in the fear that somehow that would hinder my growth. Now, we can also do this with people. And I think this idea of releasing people from our lives is a catch-22. We often talk about releasing people in our lives when they're dying or nearing the end of their life, and it's like, oh, I have to release them and I have to let them go, and it's such a beautiful thing. But sometimes we have to release people in our lives while they're still alive, while we're still alive. And sometimes we need to release toxic people from our life. Sometimes we need to release people from our lives just because it's not our place to have them in our life right now. And whether you're releasing toxic people or just releasing people, period, because the timing is not right, we have to always fall back to the understanding that that which is meant to stay will stay. So if you're in a personal relationship right now and you're struggling with whether or not that person is right for you, what happens if you just step back? What happens if you let them be themselves? And if by chance your paths are meant to walk side by each other for your entire life, then it will be. And if it's not, then your paths will move separately, and you will continue to move forward if that is your choice to move forward. So in the effort to release, we make space. In the effort to release, we understand that the universe, God, has our back, that we're not going to be left empty-handed. We're not going to be left in the ditch. We're not going to constantly be making failures. We're not going to constantly be in the septic tank of mistakes and screw-ups and mess-ups. We are going to move into freedom. We are right now. By you taking this initiative and working with me over these 6 weeks, you are taking the initiative to say, I'm letting go of the crap. It's not for me. Whatever is meant to stay will stay. And you are choosing a better life for yourself. You are choosing to let go of the toxicity, of the worry, of the fear, and you are making space as a result of it. Okay, so this week, do the work, show up, work with the affirmation. I am releasing, ... I am release. I am embodying release. And as a result, I am going to receive the abundance that I deserve. All right, so until next week, from my heart to yours, from my soul to yours, namaste.